You speak to a vigilant of Stendar. Cavort with any Daedra, and we will hunt you down. Yes, our order was founded after the Oblivion Crisis. We dedicate our lives to facing the threat of Daedra wherever they appear. We're quartered in the Hall of the Vigilant. Keeper Karset heads Skyrim's branch of our order there, providing healing and justice as needed. He is the God of mercy, the patron of order and justice for all of Tamriel. We bring his compassion where none can be found, by cleansing all those who would offend his children. And any other abominations that prey on mortals. Vampires, werewolves, witches. But the Daedra are the worst. Their callous disregard for our lives is abhorrent in the eyes of the God of mercy. They are profane creatures with no hope of redemption. They lure innocents to their deaths and corrupt the souls of all they touch. And their heretical artifacts grant powers to mortals that wreak havoc across Tamriel. They must be destroyed or guarded to prevent temptation. None escape the vigil. All come into the light.
Farkas, you ever think about what we'd do if we weren't companions?
My mind. Barely fathom a life without battling beasts and sharing mead with you lot.
Ha, you're right. I can't picture us doing anything else but hunting and causing mayhem. You handle yourself well. You could make for a decent shield, brother. An outsider, eh? Never heard of the Companions? An order of warriors. We are brothers and sisters in honor. And we show up to solve problems if the coin is good enough. Not for me to say. You'll have to talk to Kodlak Whitemane up in Jorvaskar. The old man's got a good sense for people. He can look in your eyes and tell your worth. If you go to him, good luck.
Hello.
Good to see you. Blood on the wind today. Good hunt ahead of us. My mother was a companion, and her mother, and all the women in my family back to Harati Blackblade. I stayed with my father in the woods until I was old enough for my trial. We hunted everything there was to hunt. Good training. Ma didn't live long enough to see me join, but I fight to honor her and all my shield sisters through time. Kodlak says not to worry about it. I worry that a bunch of snowberries are out there earning glory while we stay out of it. But I will follow the old man's lead, as ever. Kodlak, you'll most likely find him in his quarters in Jorvaskr. We don't just take in any milk drinker who stumbles in. Talk to Kodlak if you think you have what it takes to be a companion. Kodlak, you'll most likely find him in his quarters in Jorvaskr. It's your call. Both sides claim to fight for honor, and they each might even make a fair point. At the end of the day, it's not the cause that matters, but the fighting. Warlords make bold claims to justify their ambitions, but in the end, fighters like us get our prize no matter what. It's through battles that we find honor, and stories worthy of passing down to our descendants. Then you're forsaking your chance to leave a mark on history. But it's understandable. When it comes to beliefs and fanaticism, some would hate to be too involved. There's wisdom in that, but a real fighter should never miss their chance to attain glory in battle. Besides, if we're just there for the fighting, and not those fancy ideals that exist only to fool young men, we're still neutral in a sense. I'll take my leave then.
Never been to Whiterun before? The Jarl's Palace is something to see. Big old dragon skull hanging on the wall. Impressive. Well, I know the companions make their home here. Their mead hall, Jorvaskr, is the oldest building in the city. Oh, and there's a nasty feud between two families called the Greymanes and the Battleborns. You'll want to be careful there. The rest you can find out by asking the townsfolk. Start with the barkeep at the Bannered Mare or the Castle Steward. Only a hearty soul travels the road these days. My carriage is the safest way to travel. See ya.
By Eastmere, it's true. A jester, funny suit and all. Just north, by the Loria's farm. Fool had a coffin in a cart with a broken wheel. Like to see him laugh his way out of that.
Well, sounds like you've had quite the journey, Uthgar. but you were gone longer than usual. I got to thinking maybe you weren't coming back.
You sound like my ma. Figured I was lying dead in a field somewhere, is that it?
Thought did cross my mind, yeah. War brewing, talk of a riot in Helgen, out out jesters. Skyrim's gone mad, girl. You need to be careful out there.
The longer we travel the roads of Skyrim, the more empty this land seems. The Khajiit hail from a distant land called Elsewhere, bordered on the north by Cyrodiil, and the south by the glistening blue waters of the sea. Elsewhere is an arid land of deserts and rocky canyons, where the sun shines warmly, always. There are cities so ancient, the sands have swallowed them whole. But now I will say no more, for I miss my home greatly. An astute question, for we are far from home, and this is a cold, hard land. The wise trader finds the best opportunities, even if he must travel far to find them. Skyrim is a ripe opportunity indeed. The dragons and the war have scared many other traders away, but for those with courage, there is much profit to be made. Of course. Goods and wares of all kinds, and all can be yours. We are creatures of the desert. The north wind chills us to the bones. Take a look. May your road lead you to warm sands.
Come and see what goods I offer.
Halt! City's closed with the dragons about. Official business only. Riverwood's in danger too. You better go on in. You'll find the Jarl in Dragon's Reach, at the top of the hill.
We'll pay whatever it takes, but we must have more swords for the Imperial soldiers.
I just can't fill an order that size on my own. Why don't you swallow that stubborn pride of yours and ask Yorland Greymane for help?
I'd sooner bend my knee to Ulfric's Stormcloak. Besides, Greymane would never make steel for the Legion.
Have it your way. I'll take the job, but don't expect a miracle. Can I help you? There's my husband, Ulfberth. If I wasn't married to him, I'd be out of business. And then there's my father. He's the steward up at Dragon's Reach. I help my father in more ways than people realize. You think all the counsel my father provides the Jarl is his alone? Huh. Let's just say I advise the advisor, and leave it at that. Plenty. I'd say we're prosperous enough. Most folk don't go hungry, if they're willing to work hard. The city's ruled by the Jarl up in Dragon's Reach. That's the fortress there, up on the tall hill. But you're probably more interested in your Vasker, Mead Hall of the Companions. Their deeds of war and valor are legendary. I don't claim to be the best blacksmith in Whiterun. Yorland Greymane's got that honor. Man's steel is legendary. All I ask is a fair chance. Got some good pieces out here if you're looking to buy. More inside. Of course I support the Empire. Ulfric would expunge from Skyrim citizens whose only crime was to be born of a non-Nordic woman. But I fear that the land will be stained with blood for years to come. This god-forsaken war is dividing our people and destroying our land. I think the Jarl is underestimating the Stormcloaks. Ulfric's going to try to take Whiterun, but Balgruf refuses the Legion's right to garrison troops in his city. He's a fool. We need the Empire now more than ever.
Got warm food, warm drinks, and warm beds.
You want a drink? Depends. Are you thirsty? Hungry? Both.
Drink to our youth, today's come and gone. For the age of aggression is just about done.
Here, take a look at this. Some of the Jarl's men came by and left this bounty letter.
Drive out the storm cloaks and restore what we own. The blood and our
If it's work you're looking for, Hulda's the one to talk to. If there's nothing else, I have work to do.
down with Ulfric, the killer of kings.
No, and I'm not about to either. I value my life, you know. You may want to remember that for yourself.
Children of Skyrim, and we
Mind your manners and pay your bills, and you'll always be welcome. Now please, no more questions.
this land is ours. We'll see it wiped clean.
Of course.
Swords that has sullied our hopes and our dreams.
You see those warriors from Hammerfell? They've got curved swords. Curved swords. A dragon? In Helgen? It can't be. Although, I don't know why, but I actually believe you. You've got the look of someone who's just seen a dragon. The Jarl needs to know if there's a dragon on the loose. You should talk to the Jarl up in Dragon's Reach. May Kinnereth's winds blow you to fortune.
Good morning.
I'm telling you, I heard it, howling. Those werewolf tales are true.
Well, good day.
Of course.
It's nice to get out and see Skyrim. I wasn't sure if I ever would.
I understand.
Life's hard enough with all these men propositioning me. But that bard is the worst. That bard Mikhail is begging for a dagger up against his throat, the way he goes on about me. I heard him boasting at the Bannered Mare, saying he'll conquer me as a true Nord conquers any harsh beast. Huh! If you want to try, go right ahead. I don't think anything will get through that thick skull of his, though. You've got no idea. Half the men in Whiterun have proposed to me. Some were even single. They'll never understand. No amount of flowers or honeyed words are going to change my mind.
Once was a hero
Right
named
now,
Ragnar the Red.
all that matters is my
Ragnar
daughter
the
Mila.
Rorik
No man's going to get between me and my little
The
girl.
braggart did swagger and brandish his blade as he told of bold battles and gold he had made. But then he went quiet, did Ragnar.
I have no
when he
strong
met
love for the
shield maiden
Stormcloaks,
Matilda,
but I
who
can't say
said,
I'm all that fond of the Empire either. I've got a hungry daughter to feed, so selling my produce is really the only thing I care
"It's high time
about.
that you lie down and bleed." And so then came clashing and
Until next
slashing
time.
steel as the brave lass Matilda charged in full of zeal.
Yeah?
And the braggart named Ragnar was boastful no more when his ugly red head rolled around on the floor.
It's nice to get out and see Skyrim. I wasn't sure if I ever would. nice mug of mead to keep Skyrim's problems at bay. Doesn't work forever, though. Hi. Watch it.
Drink to our youth, to days gone.
Bottles for sale. All crafted by the best
fresh from the wild.
in Skyrim.
Fresh baked loaves, still warm from the oven.
I'd even buy one of your relatives if you're looking to sell. Yeah, that's a little joke. Take a look. interesting, to say the least. What with all that's been going on the one hand, supplies are harder to come by since fewer traders are traveling the roads these days. But on the other, the scarcity of supplies has led to some, well, elevated prices. All that matters is that I have what you need, and it's worth every septum. Everything's for sale, my friend. You need visit no other shops today. You just let me know what you need. I am at your beck and call. Everything's for sale, my friend. Everything. If I had a sister, I'd sell her in a second. I'd even buy one of your relatives if you're looking to sell. Yeah, that's a little joke. You and me, we're the only people around who aren't complete fools. Please do look around. I'm sure I have something you'll want. Well, there might be nothing to it, but I've heard that the feud between the Greymanes and the Battleborns in Whiterun has grown ugly. Freya Greymane is convinced that the Battleborns have abducted one of her sons. Imperials, Stormcloaks, I don't care who's in charge around here. I just want to make money. Isn't it obvious? Why, the wonderful weather and hospitable people, of course. Not to mention my great fondness for dragons and petty political power struggles. But without a doubt, the most compelling feature of this frozen wasteland is the volley of inane questions leveled at me on a regular basis. Now that I think on it, I do. There's nobody to hunt down the bandits. What with all that's been going on, I'm sure you can handle some bandits, right? Thank you. I will not forget this. Do come back.
Excuse me. Farewell.
Finest cuts, fresh from the
trinkets
water.
for your good lady, all crafted by the great Aorlan, Rain. In himself.
outside of them.
Welcome. Let me know if you want anything. Think I got a clean mug around here somewhere.
Speak, elf.
Nothing like a nice mug of mead to keep Skyrim's problems at bay. Doesn't work forever, though.
If it's a lady you're looking for, you best look elsewhere. Once Mikhail gets them, they're got. There's a whole college up in Solitude where they teach the arts. Song, lute playing, poetry. I studied there myself. Had to leave over a misunderstanding with a head mistress. Well, more a misunderstanding with her husband. I see no reason to keep fighting. There's much more to worry about in life than a bit of temper, my friend. I'm a bard by trade. Perhaps you've heard of me. No doubt they still tell tales of Mikhail and his sweet songs across Cyrodiil, where last I traveled. I don't have much of a reputation in Skyrim yet, but I'm working on that, one sweet lady at a time. If it's a lady you're looking for, you best look elsewhere. Once Mikhail gets them, they're got. Some parting advice? Women love sonnets. I'm a bard by trade. Perhaps you've heard of me.
A few septims for my supper, soul.
What more could you want? Come on in. Just stoke the fire. Take a seat and get the cold out.
I don't have much of a reputation in Skyrim yet, but I'm working on that. One sweet lady at a time. There's the one about Tiber Septim and the dragon of Farlalargus. I never bothered to learn it. The Blades killed them all centuries ago. Nobody asks to hear that lay anymore. Carlotta put you up to this, didn't she? I'm sorry, but that fiery widow is mine. She just doesn't know it yet. What did you just say? All I heard was a sound of jealousy. I don't have to take that from you. Come on, just let's see what you're made of.
Another fight.
Not so tough now, are you? What do you think you're doing?
Another maggot.